All right, guys, in this video, I want to go over statin side effects. Now, I've had a lot of requests to do this. I have some opinions on this. I have some warnings. I'm going to cover everything in this video. So, as I like to say, if you're looking for options outside of drugs and surgery, make sure to go to my website, free checklists for you there. But let's just talk about the side effects. First thing that's important for you to know is if we're going to talk side effects, it is helpful for you to understand what the drug is actually doing in your body. The side effects are going to make more sense. So when it comes to statins, they block an enzyme. It's called HMG-CoA reductase. It's a fancy enzyme. Basically, it's in your liver. Okay, a lot of this conversion happens in your liver. It's blocking that enzyme. So ultimately, it's going to cause your natural production of cholesterol to go down. This is important both for lowering cholesterol, obviously, but also from the side effects standpoint. Okay. In my opinion, what I've seen from the evidence, yes, cholesterol goes down, no doubt about it, but we have to understand cholesterol is important. It's not all bad. And a matter of fact, cholesterol is very beneficial. So there's some side effects to seeing your cholesterol go down. And there's some side effects just to the statins in general. So when we're talking about statins, anything that ends in statin, atorvastatin is Lipitor. We have rosuvastatin. We have simvastatin. So it used to be Zocor. So all these drugs ending in statin, that's what we're talking about. Okay. You know, and is this a really good thing? Sorry that's blocking out but it says, is this really a good thing? Another video, another time. I have my own opinions on that. Pretty strong ones, but at any rate, let's just focus on the side effects here. So again, cholesterol isn't all bad. So it actually serves a protective role in your body. And by that, I mean, it does some very important things. Now, keep in mind, most people end up producing more cholesterol inside their body than they actually get in their diet. So your body wants to produce cholesterol because it's involved in a number of things, including number one, serves as raw material for bile salts. Now, bile salts are important because when you eat a fatty meal, the bile salts get going. They help you eliminate toxic fats and a number of other beneficial things. Okay, so that's important. The really important is cholesterol serves as basically your building block for all your steroid hormones. So that could be testosterone and progesterone and all these beneficial hormones. Cholesterol is the building block. Also, cholesterol is part of our cell structure. So obviously some really important things. So decreasing cholesterol artificially through statins can cause issues. Now let's just talk about the side effects. Here's the ones. These are what I find to be most common. The studies kind of back this up. This is what I hear from people. Number one, joint pain. Probably 1 in 10 people that I have go on a statin. They generally complain of this. Can cause urinary tract infections or UTIs. And this is in incidence from highest to lowest. So joint pain is the most common that I see. You can have diarrhea. I've had people complain of that. Myalgia is just more generalized muscle pain rather than joint pain. Nasopharyngitis, think common cold. So there's an immune system component to taking the statins as well. Can cause muscle spasms, can also cause nausea. Now, knowing the common side effects is definitely important, but I also want you to understand there's rare, but also very serious side effects that can occur when you take statins. You may have heard of the first one, which is rhabdomyolysis, which we get this breakdown of muscle, and it's very rare, but fatal in like 50% of people that get it. So very serious one. Immune-mediated necrotizing myopathy. It's basically an autoimmune type of muscle pain that can show up, and it appears to be caused in people who have created antibodies to statins. So you kind of have to test. There's no real way to know if it's going to happen. You kind of have to test before you start a statin, but can be a serious one. Liver dysfunction. Again, remember, statins act on that liver enzyme. So we're affecting this whole cholesterol synthesis inside the liver. And you can see if the doctor does, your liver enzymes, you can see elevations in those enzymes. If you're diabetic, We have seen increases in your hemoglobin A1C. We've seen increases in fasting blood glucose. Again, some of this may come back to how it could potentially play a role with metabolism, but again, another video, another time. Also, if you've had a recent stroke or a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, kind of a mini stroke, if that's happened recently, you do want to be careful. It Generally, I would say this is more dose dependent if you're taking a statin. So if you're on a higher dose statin, I would be concerned. Lower dose doesn't seem to be as big of an issue. So listen, guys, if you can kind of tell from this, I'm not a big fan of people taking statins. I think it's approaching the whole issue from the wrong angle. I've said this before. If someone comes to me with high cholesterol, the first thing I'm going to have them do is get their thyroid checked, because usually that's one of the biggest causes. Obviously, cholesterol becomes an issue if you have a lot of inflammation, which would cause the cholesterol to stick to the arteries, essentially. Long story short, but again, I just think it's the wrong way to go about it. I think there's more side effects with statin use than I like to see, and there's just different ways to go about it. So this is kind of my take on statin side effects. They're definitely there. There can be some serious ones. You need to go in eyes wide open. So listen, guys, any other video suggestions that you have, send them my way. I love making videos that you guys request and want to see. So let me know. Hope this was helpful. See you in the next one.